No Standing 8 Boxing Podcast. We discuss every organization and weight class with your host, Bronx Bomber, educated with the craft. Punch a topic hard like heavyweights, hitting the bag from the top rank to the upcoming. Washed up to the dark horse, champs, #1 contenders. Quick jab or sharp cross, we your source. Come get it. Tuning in, you can have it. Internationally known, our information is valid. See, we on a higher plane, no 2 episodes the same. We get better as we train, so on top we remain. Come join the conversation, it's insight you'll gain. And then outside of the ring, we do the damn thing.
He used to beat us and stuff, and then while being drunk, so that's something that I would always like hold in, but my brother couldn't hold it anymore. He just told him, and then from there he took action. Matter of fact, he didn't even tell his wife that he was bringing us in. He just did it, because he felt like we couldn't take it no more. And from there we lived with him for a couple months, and then he asked us the question like, do you guys really want to stay here with me? Like, so it was up to us to let him know, like, yeah, we really want to stay here. So after we told him yes, he went to court, and he legally adopted us. He got paperwork done and everything. And yeah, now they had became legal guardians.
All right, so how old are you now?
I'm 24.
So 24. So all this place for when you were 12 years old?
Yeah.
Right. All right, Fight Fest, to catch you up. I got Jonathan Rodriguez with me, young prospect fighting out of Bethlehem, Pennsylvania, out of Rio Piedras, Puerto Rico. 15-1-1, 6 KOs. We're going to talk about his career. We just got into some things, pretty heavy things here early in the interview. He picked up boxing as a way to, stay out of trouble in the streets. And his stepmother took him to a gym because he asked to go to the gym and kind of, harness that energy. So he's just catching us up now. And his coach Indio adopted him when he was around 12 or 13 years old because his biological father, was abusive and an alcoholic. I take that. Is that the case? Okay. And your brother is older or younger?
He's older. He's about to turn 27 now.
Okay. So your brother couldn't take it no more than your coach said, what's up? You want to come live with me? And so how was that dynamic, man? Did your coach have other kids? How many other kids were in the house?
Yeah, he has a daughter, a younger son, and he has another one. So they weren't all living together because his daughter already had a house. No, she was there. It was his younger son and his daughter. His other son already had he already had his own family. He had a baby girl and stuff like that. But it was like, at first I felt weird, because I didn't know anybody. Like it was like he just brought us in, and then we developed a bond with his kids and all that, and it was like it was meant to be. Like there was no problems between us. It was like we clicked right away, and yeah,
that's good.
And then come to take it, a few years later, like when I turned 18, I actually found out that his wife is related to me. Like we're cousins, and I didn't even know that.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's crazy. That's crazy. And then did your mom ever give you a reason as to why she just dropped you off with your dad and left, or?
Nah, I actually, when I turned 18, I called her and I was like, yo, I'm 18 now. Like, what happened? Like, you could talk to me. Like, I won't take it to heart, And like she was just giving me runarounds, like a whole bunch of stuff, and like she never actually told me. And now now I could care less now, but
sure.
Like it did, like what she did actually did me good, because without everything I went through, I don't think I'd be where I'm at now in the sport of boxing. But yeah, like I try to find out. She never told me, and then now it's just whatever.
Okay. So you're training. You're training his house, so now it's boxing. You don't have time to get away from your trainer because he's your father, right? So it's boxing. And tell me a little bit about your amateur career. You know, how many amateur fights that you have. You know, how many tournaments that you win. You know, all that amateur jazz that people tend to harp on.
Yeah. As an amateur, I did 58 fights. I won 53. I lost 5. And I didn't really do many tournaments. It was mainly like, club shows here and there. And I did fight in the Junior Olympics. I didn't win the Junior Olympics. Um, then I went off to 2018. I went off to the Golden Gloves, and I actually won the state Golden Gloves. Went to nationals, and I lost in the nationals. And but I still got the title of the state, Pennsylvania State Golden Glove champion. And then my last 2 fights was in a 2-day tournament. I fought on a Saturday and I fought on a Sunday. Those were my last 2 amateur fights. I won the first fight against a kid that had like 100 and something fights. And we ended up winning. And I felt like it was an easy fight for me having less experience than he did. And then the second fight, I fought a kid. I forget his name. He had like 200 and something fights. I ended up dropping him in the second round, and then I won. I won the third round, and then from there on, my dad, he couldn't make it to that fight, but he was on FaceTime, and him seeing the way I performed and stuff like that against the kids that I fought, and he was actually like, I feel like we're ready to go pro.
How old were you when that happened?
I was 18 going on 19, and then we went pro at 19.
Nice. All right, so you made your pro debut. I usually ask that question, like, what led you to make to make the decision for debut? But your father saw something in your last pro fight and said you were ready. So what was that experience like, transitioning from amateur to pro?
It was a, I don't know, it was a when I went in there, I was just like, damn, like I'm really here. It was a dope experience, because I got like, I grew up watching a lot of pros, and I kept saying like one day I want to be there and stuff like that. And then finally being there. And for my pro debut, I was actually the co-main event. So it was even like more pressure on me. I'm like, dang, not only is my pro debut, I'm a co-main event. The place is sold out. Like, this is it. There's no going back.
That's right.
So it was a dope experience.
That's right. So you're cruising along. You're fighting and you're developing as a pro, and then you get a chance to fight the MGM Grand, the bubble, and you suffer your first defeat. Man, what happened?
It all leads to that one saying, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. I was boxing. I was winning the fight, and then I don't know what got, with the whole boxing, it was working beautifully. We was winning and stuff, and then I don't know what got to me. I tried to sit there and fight instead of boxing, and then I got caught with a shot. I stumbled back. I felt like it was too early to stop it, in my opinion. But hey, it happened. I learned from it. But yeah, it is basically like me changing the game plan when I should have stuck to the one we had.
What the Indio say?
Hey, he wasn't mad about the stoppage, because better to stop it sooner than too late.
Yeah.
But he was telling me he was proud. He was proud of my performance.
But what did he say about you changing your game plan in the middle of the fight? Because I don't think that's what he wanted.
Yeah, nah. It's like it happens. He knew it was my first time in the big stage and stuff like that. So he didn't really get too mad, but he told me like next time stick to the game plan. But he just told me, he was proud of my progress and everything we was doing. And it was just a little slip up we had. We definitely learned from it. We ain't done it ever since, but yeah, he couldn't stop telling me, how proud he was. Yeah. Even though I was in the back, I'm like, I'm crying, I'm mad,
Yeah,
but
yeah. I feel
yeah,
you. I feel you. So stick to the game plan is the thing. I get it. Put that on a t-shirt. Stick to
yeah.
the game plan, right? So listen, stick to the game plan you did because you haven't lost a fight. What did you learn from that fight, and how have you changed as a fighter from that loss?
Pretty much like what I just said, sticking to the game plan.
Mhm.
And now like in every fight, we stick to one thing. But if we have to change it throughout the fight, I became a fighter that, I'm able to adjust now. So the main thing was just that, sticking to the game plan and, just adding more stuff to our training and stuff like that. But other than that, yeah, it was just that was that. It was if it wasn't because of that little switch that I did, I feel like we would have came out with a victory.
You hold a junior title within the WBC.
Yeah.
You're looking to make some moves. What? How do you go? How do you elevate now? Where do you believe you are in your career, and what do you believe should be happening moving forward for Jonathan Rodriguez?
Um. Whatever happens, the fights that get lined up or whatnot. I trust my team. I trust my manager, Trafon. I trust my promoter, Marshall Kaufman, my dad. Whatever they think is best for me, I'm a fighter. I'm ready to fight whenever. So, honestly, I feel like, it's up to them. Whatever they want to do, I'm down with. I trust them, so.
Yeah, no, I got that. And that's a safe answer. I appreciate that answer. It's like me, man. You know what I'm saying? Whatever my wife cooks, I'll eat. But really, there's some days I want something. What does Jonathan Rodriguez want? I understand your team has a plan, but what do you want?
Yeah,
What would you like? What would you like to happen?
just with the way I think, we got to play it safe. But I just want to stay busy. Just keep building my record, keep going up on the rankings. Just as long as you stay busy, that's the only way to do it. Just keep fighting, and the names will come, the money will come. So I'm not rushing it right now. I'm only 24, so.
Mhm. 24 years old. The names will come. The money will come. Uh, Anybody in particular though?
Whoever they put in front of me.
That's it. You're gonna deal. You're gonna handle business and do it.
Yep.
How would you describe yourself as a fighter?
Um, I feel like I'm a textbook fighter, but I'm more of like a I could adjust to whatever's going on in the ring. So if I got to box, I'll box. If I got to fight, I'll fight. I'm the type of fighter that does what you don't want to do at the moment. So if you don't want to fight, we're gonna fight. If you want to box, if you don't want to box, we're gonna box. Just I make people uncomfortable.
There are different stages of preparation for fights. There's different, you mature in fighting just like you do in life. What are some of the things that Indio keeps in your ear constantly? What are some of the things he's telling you in preparation for a fight? Some of the things he's telling you in the corner when you are fighting.
Tells me it's like remember where we come from. We don't want to go back there. So that just gives me that little push of I don't want to be there again. So let me just push a little harder and try everything in my power to win the fight. So it's mainly like where we come from because it wasn't good.
Tell me about your upcoming fight. Let's promote that fight a little bit. Tell us who you're fighting, where you're going to be fighting, where we could catch the fight. What do you know about your opponent? What you got? Tell us a little bit about that.
As far as an opponent, we still don't have a set opponent, but it's gonna be in Bethlehem, Pennsylvania at the Wind Creek Event Center, and it could be it could be watched on Showtime, and I don't know if they have another platform that they're gonna be streaming the fights at, but yeah, it's Showtime, right here at Wind Creek.
What motivates you to do this every day? Who motivates you to do this every day?
My family, like I'm honestly like I feel like I owe them everything, you know. After everything they did for me, I feel like I owe them everything. And the one thing I want to get for them, you know, through the sport is, you know, I want to get them a better life. You know what I mean? So that's, you know, that's even though, you know, they always told me like you don't owe anything. You know, they did it like they just wanted to do it. They wanted to help, but you know, in my case, like I wanna I wanna do it for them. You know what I mean?
Who is a boxer, past or present, that motivates you, that you look up to?
Wilfredo Gomez and Finito Lopez, my main two.
Well, man, with Fredo right up there in the corner, man, Bazooka Gomez and Felipe Lopez. You could have picked two better fighters to think of, man. As a matter of fact, I asked that question a lot of everybody interview, and not one person, to include Puerto Ricans, which is mind-boggling to me, have never mentioned Wilfredo Gomez. You know, they give me the cliche answer, you know, Trinidad and you know shit like that.
Yeah.
Wilfredo Gomez and Finito Lopez, I mean, good God, you know, you can't get no better than that. What about them? You know, you idolize?
Um, Gomez, I always idolized his heart because yo, that man had heart every time he fought. And Lopez, I just like his style. You know, I think he was too ahead of his time. You know, with his style,
That makes sense. That makes
things
sense.
that he does in the ring that I try to mimic, and it comes in handy. Hey, you can learn a lot from both of them. You know, like my style evolves around both of them. You know, like I try to pick things away from them to make me, like, you know what I mean?
Exactly. Exactly. Well, that's that. Yeah, but I tell you, man, you blew me away when you gave me those names right there. Those are names that people usually don't mention, man. So there's a lot of Puerto Rican fighters now that a lot, you know, that are coming up. We don't have that mega male superstar. We do have a Puerto Rican superstar. Her name is Amanda Serrano. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
I don't care what people say, man. I give her props, man, because you know
No, most definitely, she
she's
deserves
hold,
it.
she's holding the Puerto Rican fight game now for us ever since Bill Cotto, retired. And there's a lot of names out there, man. The Berlangas in the world, the Xander Zayas, and right now Subriel Matias. Why should we look out for Jonathan Rodriguez? What makes you what's going to set you apart?
You know, I don't know, honestly, because I don't really talk about myself as much like that. Is I feel like I got the skill. You know, I always carry the flag on. You know, I don't I don't know. There's not much to say, but I feel like like I said, I got the skill. I got everything. I don't know. I just, I don't know what to say. You know,
So you're what I served 25 years in the army before I retired and started doing this. Uh, and we have this in the special forces. I'm not special forces. I'm just saying the special forces. We call those guys quiet professionals. So that's kind of what you are, right, man? You're
yeah.
quiet professional. You just you go in the ring, let your hands do the talking.
Mhm. Yeah, like I feel like me and like you could have a bunch of people talking, like I've had people talk during the weigh-ins and stuff like that. You know, I'm just like I'm laid back. You know, like I don't like doing the talking or anything. Um, I just let my hands do the talking, like you said.
Hands do the talk. So, what's next for the remainder of the year after August? How many more fights you think you can get in for the remainder of the year?
Um, I'm not sure. You know, just like I said, whatever my team wants to do, that's what I'm doing. Probably like one, hopefully two, if it could happen. If not, we did three fights this year with this one coming up. So
Nice. So you're on a 3 fight to a 4 fight uh, for this year, so 2023. Where can we see Jonathan Rodriguez 2 years from now? What do you think you're going to be 2 years from now?
uh I think, God willing, just winning a world title or fighting for a world title. You know, that's what we're looking for. And it being the bantamweight division is such a small division. All the belts are vacated, so it could be sooner than late. Like sooner than we think. You know what I mean?
That's what's up. When Jonathan Rodriguez is not boxing, what is Jonathan doing?
In the gym.
That's it.
You know, in the gym, at church, and you know, working.
That's what's up. That's what's up. All right. Well, listen, that wraps up our interview, man. Tell folks where they could follow you, where they could see you, where they could get a little taste of Jonathan Rodriguez.
My Facebook is just Jonathan Rodriguez. My Instagram is Jonathan_JR_Rodriguez. And those are the main two I have. I don't
No
have
Standing Eight Boxing Podcast. We discuss every organization and weight class with your host, Bronx Bomber, educated with the craft. Punch a topic hard like heavyweights, hitting the bag from the top rank to the upcoming. Washed up to the dark horse, champs, number one contenders, quick jab or sharp toss. We source, tuning in, you can have it internationally known. Our information is fallacy. We on a higher plane. No two episodes the same. We get better as we train. So on top we remain. Come join the conversation. This insight you gain. In and outside of the ring, we do the damn thing.
In a couple of years, we can have another Puerto Rican world champion within the ranks. Jonathan, thank you for your time, man. Appreciate you.
Thank you. Appreciate you. My dad said he appreciates it too.
Oh man, tell him I appreciate the opportunity, man. We always looking out.